Good morning, everybody. This is Terry from Conversations on This One Life, and today's July 5th, Saturday morning. And this is an impromptu put out, and I feel compelled, and I'll keep this short. I arose this morning and I listened to a man named Michael Yeadon, who I've been following since 2020, the beginning of the global health crisis. And he put out a video that's a little over an hour long. And he's a man in 2020 who reluctantly came out to speak on the mRNA technologies and what he was perceiving was going to happen down the road for humanity as a result of the experimental shots. And they still are, in my opinion, and his opinion, and everybody else's opinion, by the way, who's in the know. He's speaking on QR codes, digital ID, and 24/7 surveillance, smart cities, like in London. And it's important information for freedom and sovereignty, in my opinion. I found this piece through Danny Rancourt, who is another warrior and a man who spent his days since 2020 researching and getting information out against the mainstream narrative, against the simple narrative. And thankfully, these folks have the energy and power to continue to trudge forward. And I'm so grateful for them. The likes of other people who are now a part of the cabinet in this administration that are actually looking toward bringing health back to America. And I do say that very explicitly because for 3 decades of my clinical career, I have seen this destruction of our body and our ability to be healthy. We are the sickest nation in the world, and I only want 2 things in this world. I want peace and I want health. And if we can get peace and health, we can have a more harmonious world. But we're living in Roman times on steroids. This is not just the Roman Empire. This is a global reach. Every nation, every human being in some way has been affected. And in fact, some of you might have been personally affected by being diseased, or you might know someone who has had to deal with the adverse events and disability, or you might know somebody who died of a heart attack, a blood clot, who's had a stroke, who's been newly diagnosed with a crazy turbo cancer, or a neurodegenerative condition or neuroinflammatory condition like Parkinson's, MS, transmyelitis, cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's, frontal lobe dementia, whatever you want to name these things. I mean, there's so many names. It's just one disease process through an inflammatory process that was created by a foreign-based protein of new mRNA technology that changes your genetic structure. Yeah. So down on the bottom there is the link for Michael. And what I recommend for people is, to have some time to actually do this and undivided time, and grab a pen and grab a notepad and just write down things that you don't understand, like digital IDs or QR codes, or what is this about not being able to travel, across the state line or borders, or not being allowed to purchase something because you don't have your vaccination status up to snuff here. And what is a 15-minute smart city? What is Lahaina, Palisades, London? Many places around the world are doing this. They're adopting it. So, okay, folks. Last thing is I opened this book, and it opened directly to this one poem that Rumi has here. And I think it's just apropos. And I'm going to read it, and then we'll send you off, okay, to have a wonderful Saturday. And I'm going to go drink some beautiful Chinese teas in Montclair at a place called Sophie's Cup of Tea and enjoy conversations of my tea family. But here's the piece. The Tree of Awe. How does part of the world leave the world? How can wetness leave water? Don't try to put out a fire by throwing on more fire. Don't wash a wound with blood. No matter how fast you run, your shadow more than keeps up. Sometimes it's in front. Only full, overhead sun diminishes your shadow. But that shadow has been serving you. What hurts you blesses you. Darkness is your candle. Your boundaries are your quest. Your boundaries are your quest. I can explain this, but it would break the glass cover on your heart, and there is no fixing that. You must have shadow and light source both. Listen and lay your head under the tree of awe. When from that tree feathers and wings sprout on your soul, be quieter than a dove. Don't open your mouth for even a coo. Just be present. All right, everyone. Thank you for your time and attention. Blessings and namaste. Live long and prosper. Stay kind. And bye for now.